It's time. Tuesday, April 15th, every stock trader's favorite day. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you this story. So, Sunday night, sitting on the couch in the basement, enjoying the Cubs versus the Dodgers. And guess who calls? My accountant. Oh, I've probably had probably five calls like on the witching hour prior to an April 15th tax day. So probably five calls in the last 25 years from my accountant. Never once have any of those five calls been good news. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, by the way, Bart, here's the bank account we have on file. Do you have a lot of money in there? Because that's what we're using to pay your tax bill. $198,483. I don't know why it's stuck in my head. That is my bill today. So that is being vacuumed out of my checking account as we speak. But so Stacy says today at the gym, what can we do to pay less taxes? Like we could make less money. She goes, never mind. And then proceeds to go out and buy a brand new refrigerator, which is what she's doing as we speak. But the current refrigerator is 18 years old, and the garage refrigerator is probably 30 years old. Hello. So we'll shuffle those around, get rid of the old garage fridge, move the kitchen fridge to the garage, and then a brand new one for Lady. She can have whatever she wants. She can have whatever she wants. Long intro, and here we go. Yep, action has already gone on today. I bought a little Boyle yesterday. That is a 3 times directional ETF on natural gas, the Natty. Bought 1,000 shares at 56.79. Went to bed, woke up, and it was downtown to Chinatown. So what do? If you're crazy, you buy more. So I did buy two more tranches. 1,000 at 54.65, 1,000 at 54.44. And then it started to move. And you know what I like to do when it's moving? I like to throw the old stop on and then just start moving it on up. And then typically what happens is I get stopped out early. But it's TTM, right? Take the money. One of my mottos in the trading life that I am now on my third year. Can you believe that? Traded 23, 24, and now a quarter into 25. So we did make a couple dollar bills, $4,888 on that essentially 1 day trade. I'll take it because I need help in the other areas. Speaking of other areas, let's take a look at them now. So where are we? Okay, there's our two. We've been battling these both for a while. Uranium for what seems like forever. And we had a little action today while I was at the gym. It came within cents of my break even, and then look what it's done since then. Come on. Sometimes you just get mad at the position and you're like, you want to, instead of loving it like I should, then you're like, you've been hanging around long enough. It's time for you to go. But I'm going to remain patient because uranium still looks like it's bottoming. But it needs to take out, we'll get to the charts, but it needs to take out some resistance and then keep moving. But it hasn't done that. It's been knocking on the door, take out a little resistance here, and then give it right back right after. You know the pain. You know how it feels. And then TMF, that is our directional on TLT. It's up today nicely, but it just, that 40 is going to be some nice resistance. I'm looking over at the side charts here, and it's obvious that 40 is the resistance. We've already knocked on the door twice today. So is it once, twice, 3 times a lady? Or what was the other one? The postman always knocks twice, or knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want to break through the resistance. So we're looking for that. Maybe as early as today. Can we get it? Can we get through 40? Getting through 40 on TMF and then closing and holding, that will be our first definite sign that we might be on to something, because I need to be on to something on that position. Speaking of positions, let's take a look, because I think I'm going to share something with silver that I may have missed this boat. Maybe. Uh-oh, got a little bar down on SLV. Here's spot silver. You see this obvious resistance. So let's put up the old horizontal line. What are we saying this is at? We'll call it 3240. Take out. Take out and moon. So that would be the move there. And showing up 3, 2, 1. There you go. Take out and moon. But I'm looking for that little move down. Yeah, right there. I'm looking for this. This is in the SLV. And yesterday I was telling you I had my finger on the trigger when it must have been over here. Yeah. Because I was staring at 2905 and I'm like, maybe I'll buy a tranche of SLV, buy some calls on SLV, and possibly grab a little AGQ. Didn't pull the trigger. Missed that. I'm like, all right. That was the 3. Let's get it. I think we're going to get this 4. But is that the 4? Because when silver's moving rapidly, it has shallow pullbacks, and you typically wave 4. I thought I had this somewhere on here. Was it GLD? I'm missing something. Am I missing something? Oh, what day was this? That's Friday. No, that was yesterday. Oh, that was yesterday. Okay, that could have been 4 right there. This could have been 3 here, 4 here, and now it's starting to work on 5. I mean, the case is simple. I mean, it could still stretch in a 3 and then come down into the 4, but that may have been the 4, and we'll find out. But so this would be 3, 4, 5 of 1, because I think we got a big rally coming in silver, apparently sooner than later at how it's looking currently. But what comes after 1 is 2. So then 2 would bring it back down here into this 4 region, which then would be our opportunity. My opportunity. This is not trading advice. You know that. Be my opportunity to get a back in. There's always another pitch, according to Ted Williams and Warren Buffett. Look at that. GDX still just rolling. I put this in thinking that was going to be it. Thought it would just waffle around and then make its way down, but it's just, look at that. Busting right through. You can't keep me down. What the world's going on here? All right, Bitcoin doesn't seem to want to follow the plan, but you know what? Let's move some things around, shall we? Move this way. Move this. Just stay there for a minute. Okay, this is what I see right now. Uno. And this could be dos. I know this looks janky. Looks a little janky. We'll have to move, obviously, the time frame's out. Let's just do some now then, shall we? What is this? 144-minute chart. We'll measure that 3, but let's measure the 2 now just to see. And this is, it looks right on what I think that first measured move should be. But I know you've asked me before to maybe try to explain a little bit more of the Elliott wave theory. I just still don't feel comfortable doing that because I don't. But let me just do this for you. Let's go. What do we got up here? Notes from the rabbit hole. Leave that up. I'm going to get back into that. Silver, a generational buying opportunity. Let me get you sell silver for a living. I haven't read that yet, so let's keep that up. All right, let's go here. Let's go to, there it is. I like to use the old Gemini from time to time, get the robot to help me. Let's see, what are the standard measurements of wave 2 of an impulsive 5-wave structure according to Elliott wave theory. You know what movies that's from. I don't even have to ask you. Let's put that in. So the standard is going to be 382 on the first move, but I just wanted to show you where'd your 382 go? Shallow way 2 retracement. There's the 382. Okay. So let's measure it up together and see if we hit 382, and then we can call that a 2, according to my honest and accurate opinion. So what we would do, this is on TradingView, but most chart, I don't know if Yahoo has it. I know I use bar chart as well. Bar chart has it built in. Fib, the different fib opportunities here. So what we'll look for here is fib retracement. Start at the bottom of where we think wave 1 started, okay? And then to the top, and then it should slide over and show us that we're at least at 382 on this dip. That's what my eyeballs are telling me. That's what my eyeballs are telling me. Yep, got right into the 382. So that would be considered in a wave 2 like a minimum retracement. Doesn't mean any of this is right. Again, this is just about probabilities. But, we need, so a couple things would go on. One is, and it could still, it's getting wide already. Kind of a flat. It still could be in a 2 and it gets a little lower into that 50% range of the retracement. But for now, I'm going to say that 2 is there. That 2 is there. Let's see. Whoa. Could you get that back up there? Get up, get on up. I think I'd have this more at like 90. Yeah, this might be a little lower here. Things to just visually look for. One is, and this is 3 is typically the longest out of the 5 waves, but it doesn't have to be the longest. It just cannot be the shortest. That's one of the Elliott wave rules. And you can look all of these up on YouTube and on the Googler. And what was the other point we were going to make? So typically 4 will not encroach on 1. It can retrace all the way to 1, maybe even get a couple ticks in, but then reverse quickly out of it. But typically you don't want to see, or you can't see 4 encroach on 1. All right. And then 5, depending on what we're dealing with, is where 3s and 5s is typically where you'll get the extensions, which will be pushing the envelope as far as the measurements are concerned. And Bitcoin will do that. It will also do that on the downside, but whether it's going up or going down, if it's a 5-wave move, it's impulsive. So impulsive doesn't just mean up. It also means down. Speaking of down, where are we at on the SPX? Down barely anything. Oh, basically flat. Put this little goofy looking triangle on here just to see which way are we going. Are we going to move towards that 5, or is this going to invalidate and bust up higher than this high here on the FOA? So I just put that in as a visual aid. It looks like it wants to go lower, but it's not making up my mind currently. Same with the NASDAQ. Just visually picturing some stuff that may or may not go on. TLT, we took this out once, and then I should say we filled this gap once and then went way lower to hopefully this is that. That's that low, low. And I'd love to see it completely taken out and closed on and above that today, this little gap. Stacy's home. I hear her. She treats that dog better than anybody I've ever seen. All right, so here's basically the inverse 20-year yield. We want the yield to go down. We got through that first stubborn line here. But the next line is here. Not going to happen today, but it could easily happen by tomorrow. Are we out of the woods? Let's see. I think I'm going to call it as far as we're out of the woods, so I can take off these T-bond futures. I don't need that many things up there. Uranium still playing with my emotions. We got through this stubborn first red resistance, and now we're just meandering around within it. And the next resistance is clearly, as you can see, here, 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 and here. Clearly, this is our next resistance, 23.26. So let's get through that. I think we're out of the woods, though, on uranium breaching this. For now, I'm just saying that out loud based on what I'm seeing on the charts. Got too many charts up here, so we'll take that off as well. USO, I started to take a look. It looks like a clear 1-2, but from there, it's just not deciding, is it true or not? Because we obviously we got to get through 67.96 to show that looks like that 1-2 is the setup, but right now it's just meandering. So I'd be looking for if is it gonna break down, because it's making nice little moves. It's making higher lows during this meander. So if it makes a lower low, then we're like, what are you doing here, oil? But if we get up over this, then we should be heading up at a decent pace to the 3. So we put this on before your very eyes yesterday. We did wick all the way through it, but for the most part stayed in. And now we're trying to make our way up, making our way up to you. And it's going all the way up here. I know I've already been stopped out at a nice profit, but if it gives me another opportunity, like anywhere in the 3.2s, so right now it's at 3. So you get me in the 3.2s again, and I might take another shot at the title. There's our UNG, and put this on early this morning before I went to the gym when I was buying some more shares as it was going downtown to Chinatown, and put the old fill today, please. And we've done that. And we're out. So I'm going to take Boyle off for now. And UNG, I'll keep the natural gas futures up there, the NG, just to see if I need to consider another move. But that is what we're dealing with right here and right now. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, share with a lovable friend, and I will see you in the next video.